don't wanna be here alone. It's breaking my heart, watching you go. I wanted to stop, though I already know it's the end of for you and me. Keep on saying the time will heal. Keep lying just to make me feel a lot lonely. It's the end of for you and me. Keep on saying the time will heal. Baby, baby, kidding me. I just want you to hold me. Things ain't the same, and there's nobody here to blame. Oh, yeah. Baby, tell me.
Welcome to NWA Cane Corso's podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
Yeah, rock out. Yes, sir. Rock out. What's up, everybody? What's up, chat? I see y'all in there. Salute, Prop. Salute, Dickie Foster. Mike Dan, salute. CDC, what's up, homeboy? Yes, sir. Caveman. I'm glad everybody showed up. What's up, Student for Life Dog Training? RBG Lone Wolf. Salute, boy. I tell you what, I'm glad to have everybody back. It's been a minute. I'm ready to do it to it. What's up, my good brother?
What's going on, big dog?
Nothing much, man. We got Dre back in the house, man. How's it going?
Always great, never bad, Joe. Always great, never bad.
That's what's up. Yeah. Salute K9 Mills. Salute Yellow One. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Man, well, everybody, if you don't know this man, this is Andre of Samurai Kennels. I want to let him tell you a little bit about himself if you've never met him or heard from him before. So, Dre, you can give him a brief introduction if you don't mind, brother.
Appreciate that, Joe. Hey, y'all, so at Samurai Kennels, man, I started off loving the American Pit Bull Terrier, and then joining the military, loving working dogs to do scent work, protection work, bite work, all kinds of things, you know. And over the course of time, between trainers and breeders, I kind of learned what I liked and what I didn't like. And I decided to kind of start my own lane, both in the way I train. My training style is known as Bushi Dre. I look at it as martial art, using the dog along with my hand-to-hand combatives to protect myself and my family. And as far as my dogs, they are traditionally bred American Pit Bull Terriers, but we have some specific criteria that Joe has allowed me to cover tonight. They're going to set them apart. Every pit bull could be an old yeller dog, but every old yeller dog does not meet the criteria of a pit bull. We're going to get to that apples and oranges tonight.
Okay. Thank you for the introduction. And we like to thank you for your service. We know you're a military man, Air Force, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we appreciate you and everything, man. So what's been, before we get into the thick of things, man, what's been good? Anything new in your world?
Yeah, man. So right now we're getting ready to compete in the Confirmation show.
Okay.
I do believe the Confirmation does play into a dog's performance. That's being hosted by South Bottom Kennels in New Iberia, Louisiana. We're also gearing up to host we do what's called a digital dog show. Mm-hmm. We're hosting it right now. You can get in there. I'll be judging it. There's different breeds, then we'll judge each breed accordingly to that breed standard. And then the best of each breed will go up for the best in show.
So different breeds.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all judging what we judging based off of?
So we're judging based off of the predominant breed criteria. So for a breed like American Pit Bull Terrier, they're not accepted at FCI. So the highest breed registry they would be able to attain would be the ADBA, right? That's like the premier American Pit Bull Terrier registry. As far as other dogs and other kennels are concerned, other breeds, we would be looking at which registry best represents the working version of that dog. It could be the AKC, but typically there's another. You know, the real workers typically have their registry, and then they have the commercial registries.
So while you talking about that, what's your you said something. You said you think confirmation is important when it comes to the dogs working. So what is your opinion? Because I've been tackling this subject, and so there's gonna be kind of a theme for the next week for me. I'm gonna be trying to touch on a little bit about what are your personal thoughts on confirmation, shows, and work. Do you think they tie together, or do you think they're completely totally different things?
So I got to use your show as kind of what kind of drove the nail home for me, bro. And you did an interview with Steadfast Staffordshire Bull Terriers, and we kind of have the same sentiments in that regard, where I don't think function is everything. And what I mean by that is I think a dog that is conformationally sound typically has the innate ability to perform better than a dog that is, I don't know, cowhocked or easty westy or something like that. However, performance overall for me, so it's more of your baseline should be the standard. However, if you can outperform the standard with flaws, then that's what the standard should be moving toward, is what works the best.
Right. Yeah, Brian, he's coming back too. I talked to him, so I'm looking forward to doing some shows. I like that hat you got doing.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah, man. Hey, got to show off for the sponsors, man.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I gave him a shout out on my Instagram. I think I'm on YouTube too. Some good collars, bro.
Yeah,
some really good collars. Yeah, thick, durable, and everything. When I got a hold of, hey, send me a check, brother. When I got hold of, I was like, damn. I mean, they really are good. Being straight up.
Yeah.
So the digital dog show, man. Wow. Okay. What gave you the idea for that? That's something that's always been around, something you've seen somewhere before?
It's a combination of a lot of ideas. So first of all, when I first got into showing dogs, every dog show that I was eligible to enter was like 4 hours or greater away. And everybody has lives, I got 6 kids. I got a bunch of different things going on. I don't always have time to drive to a dog show, right?
You got 6 kids?
Yeah, man, 6 of them, man. Oh, yeah, man, my income tax check, my tax check be looking good,
Golly.
Yeah, man.
I know you're religious, man. I guess you said when the Lord said, "Go forth and multiply."
Yeah,
you took it to heart.
Yeah. Well, my grandfather had 13 kids, man.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of 5, so it's.
But where you originally from?
Bladenboro, North Carolina.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy, y'all Carolina folks. Woo. Well, y'all got some dog men through them joints, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, a concentration.
Yes.
You hear some of the messages I get. Where you from? North Carolina. God, dog, what's going on in North Carolina? Yeah. Why is that? It's just so much of a concentration, especially with the Bulldogs.
I think that North Carolina is like a balanced state. You have everything you would need to work a dog. You have the Piedmont, which is like kind of more metropolitan, centralized area. You actually have coastal plains areas where you can get water dogs involved in water. We can hunt game fowl there, or ducks and stuff. You have the mountain region where you can run your mountain curs and things like that, and treat bears. Whatever you want to look for. In Tar Heel, North Carolina, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, you got the Tar Heel Canine Training Academy owned by Terry Bradshaw. So they do the protection work there and train most of the police dogs across the country. You have a rich history in American Pit Bull Terrier breeders. The Plot Hound was developed in North Carolina. The Carolina Dog was developed right south of us in South Carolina. So it's just an area where you can just get into dogs fast, at high level dogs fast.
Gotcha. I see somebody out here. Catch Dog Concepts. Do you know him, bro?
Yeah, man. So shouts out to Catch Dog Concepts, man. He's a new and up and coming channel. Got a lot of respect for him. You actually had part of his panel with Coach. Coach was on your show, and he rocked with coaching him, man. So I met him over there. And, a lot of respect.
So Catch Dog, holler at me so we can put you on, so we can put people onto your channel. I know you just started your channel. I know I had some people help me, you know what I'm saying? So holler at me, we're gonna put you on so people can know what you're doing. Cause I was looking at a little clip today. I said, dang, he was killing it. So yeah, I like what you're doing. So holler at me, we'll get you on. If it ain't nothing for 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, we'll squeeze you in sometime this week. Okay. All right. How long have you been doing a digital dog shows, bro?
So we started back in April of 2022. I did it as a birthday thing for myself. Like this is gonna sound real pretentious, Joe, but hey, you said rock out, so I'm rocking out. So the ancient Romans, when it was a celebration, or you would come home from a battle, they would throw the gladiatorial games, and they would have the show, and obviously like the blood sports is not a thing, so it was just something to kind of throw for my birthday and enjoy what I like seeing, good, healthy looking dogs. Right. And it kind of sprang forth from there. People liked it. And that year we did it the American Idol style, where we let the crowd source, we let the crowd vote. Because I think that it takes away the nepotism of a judge. In recent times, we decided to have judges judge it. Shouts out to Doug too. But we decided to have judges judge it. So I'm going to be judging this one right here. But I'll be bouncing back and forth between judge shows and voting shows. So if you don't like the aspect of having a judge, you can always let the crowd let you know, what they think. And we're going to start doing that. The judge ones with a poll, so you can't have them fake accounts coming in there and skewing the votes. It'll just be a poll during the show. We'll put this dog against this dog, and we're starting this thing called a Shogun League, where we can do that. You can just have two people come on, they talk about their dog, maybe show some clips of them working, and the crowd will let you know what they think. I think it's a great marketing tool for people that want their dogs to be seen in a positive light, as well as being able to show their dogs working and kind of like letting people tell you what kind of work they want from the dogs. Because as a breeder, you make dogs for yourself, but at the same time, you can't keep them all. So you kind of want to poll the crowd and see what the crowd is looking for.
Right. Doug, what's up, co-producer? He says hit the like button. This was Doug's show idea right here, because he wanted you to get into the AKC Good Citizenship certification.
Yes, sir.
And I saw, explain to me, what exactly is that?
Okay, so the AKC Canine Good Citizen title, it is actually a title. So once you achieve it, the title goes after your dog's name, even if your dog is not registered with AKC. The dog can be intact or fixed, and it's open to anybody. Like it's no holds barred. It's either your dog can do the task of this test, or they cannot do the task of this test. And it's tierical. It goes Canine Good Citizen, Advanced Canine Good Citizen, and Urban Canine Good Citizen. And I'm gonna break down all of those tonight, Joe, all the requirements, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's for my dogs that are just traditionally bred American Pit Bull Terriers, to set them apart. What are you doing different? That's the question that everybody wants to know. And it is, hey man, like I don't know a lot of dog trainers who go for this certification, and it's really low hanging fruit if you can train. And so for me, that's going to be one of the qualifications for one of my dogs to be bred. It won't be in my breeding program if it doesn't have that CGC title, because that's a standard. That's a standard of behavior. And as we go through the test, you'll start to see like, okay, like for this dog to be able to do that, it has to be either really, really disciplined and well trained, or really, really balanced. The only two types of working dogs would make it through the test that we're going to talk about tonight.
Okay. Well, let's go get into it and break it down. If so it's unbiased on any dog. If the dog is registered or not, what is their goal? Just to see good training, get people more involved with their dogs, something to chase after, what?
So the second and third order effects of this design is that the average person can go out and achieve a training title to show a well-behaved animal in public locations. Because everybody goes to dog everywhere. Anybody who takes their dog public places, you're gonna see stupid stuff. Just really ignorant things that every dog owner should be aware of and respect the next dog owner. It's just like gun owners or anything else. It's a standard. And so with the Canine Good Citizen, I want to add this too. I really want to plug this. AKC, y'all need to pay my brother Joe, because this is the best promotion y'all gonna get. On the actual AKC video, it's only 50,000 views, so Joe is getting y'all some recognition. You know what I'm saying? Pay my brother. But the title, like at leasing agency, like Blue Fox Leasing Agency, where I live at, if you have the Canine Good Citizen title, you don't pay pet rent. With Delta Airlines, if you have it, then your pet fare is they cut down your pet fare for when you're flying with your pets. So it does have like tangible reward. It's not just a placard you put on the wall. It's also a good step if you want to get your dog registered as a service animal with any registry that does that creates badges for service animals. That's a whole nother story. But it's a good stepping stone in whatever direction you want to go in with basic training of your animal, right? But if you're ready, Joe, I'm gonna start cooking on the basic, and then we'll work our way up to the.
Yeah. Before we do that, let me put this comment up, and I want you to comment on it.
Okay.
Student for life. What's up, my guy? Many homeowners insurance companies give discounts for having it. Really?
Yes, and pet insurance.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, that's brother Shogun Greg. That's one of the Shogun Army loyalists right there, man. So shouts out to Student for Life Dogs.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know y'all was connected. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
the Shogun Army, they in here deep tonight, man. Can I give a couple shout outs real quick, Joe?
Yeah, go and do your thing, man.
Yeah, man. I like to represent my people, man. So I seen brother Dickie Foster in the building. Brother Yellow One in the building. Student for Life, brother Crockett. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. RBG Lone Wolf. These are guys who frequent, like, our little movement, the Shogun Army movement of building better animals for building better people.
Yeah. So, I see them all the time in my chat too. I see them in everybody chat. I see everybody. The community. Everybody follows each other, and things like Dickie Foster.
Yeah,
he's famous.
Yeah. And my brother Big A just came in too, man. Shouts out to Big A.
What's up, Big A? Yeah, Big A, BD, what's happening? That's my brother BD right there. I don't call him.
Salute BD. What's good?
Yeah. Check this out. This is another comment he made. In some states, the certification takes the dog off the dangerous breed list.
Yeah, I know in Iowa it definitely does that. I'd have to get you a list of the different states. But they have, like, the AKC has a lot of political power. So having this affiliation with them is a great way to say, hey, I don't care what breed my dog is registered as, the AKC supports my dog, even though they don't support my breed. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Drake. Well, hey, it's yours. Go and cook it up.
All right, Joe. And at any time, Joe, stop me because I get diarrhea in the mouth, and
Yeah. Well, don't do it. Don't do that. Go ahead, bro. Yeah. I'll interject something if I have a question.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the AKC Canine Good Citizen, it can be accomplished at any age. Typically, 6 months is the earliest they'll typically take. Prior to 6 months, they have something that's called a puppy star test, which even if you get the puppy star test, you still have to test after the dog's year of age mark is hit. You still have to test for the Canine Good Citizen. But the puppy star is pretty much the same test. Okay, the Canine Good Citizen has 10 components. The first component is, and y'all, of course, some guys gonna hate me for this, but the first component is the dog has to walk up and sit, stand, or lay down while a friendly stranger walks up and shakes your hand. All right, so it's just a walk up, handshake, cool, woo, woo. All right, now there's 2 other components that are typically tested together but can be tested separate out of a total of 10 tests. So accepting a friendly stranger, shaking the owner's hand. The next test is, does the dog sit politely for grooming and petting? So a lot of times what the evaluator will do is they'll come up, they'll shake your hand, and they'll ask you, may I touch your dog? At that time, the second component of the test has begun, where they're going to go in, they're going to check your dog's ears, paws, and typically they're either going to have a brush or a comb to see if your dog will sit politely for grooming. Mm-hmm. These are things that help all the dog community, because if your dog can do these simple steps, when you take it to the groomer, they ain't got to strap it to a table. They can simply get your dog taken care of. Mm-hmm. All right. The third test is when the person comes up to look over your dog and evaluate your dog, the dog can't jump on the person or do anything like that to engage the person. They have to remain calm and under control. All right. So these are all things that must happen in the first 3 components: sitting calmly for petting, sitting calmly for grooming, and accepting a friendly stranger.
Gotcha.
All right. And I mean, this portion of the test takes maybe 30 seconds. It just depends on the trainer. I typically like the trainers that they go through it quickly. They just want to see if the dog can do it. Some trainers think they got to be, Jacques Cousteau and go on all this extra stuff. But like, it's literally written Either it's yes or go or no go. And it's not scored like a obedience challenge, 80 or above or 90 or above. It's just yes or no. Did the dog do it? Okay. So the dog passes these things. Next on the list will be bringing another dog and a distraction into it. And these tests are typically done almost simultaneously as well, but can be done separately. So the other owner, typically the trainer that you trained with anyways to get ready for it, will walk their dog in. Your dog must sit. Their dog must sit. You say, hello, how you doing? Nice to see you, neighbor. Walk past the other person. Your dog can show interest in the other dog, but it cannot engage the other dog. It can't be pulling, trying to get to the other dog. It can show general interest in the dog. Typically, I would advise people to teach their dog to sit anytime they meet another person with a dog and just roll them right into the test. Next is distractions. Typically, it's going to be a bicycle or a jogger that just goes by. A lot of times they'll do those, like I said, simultaneously. You greet the other person, and then they just come jogging back by you with the dog. However they want to distract your dog. Your dog can show interest. It can even lean in a little bit, but it cannot like lunge or show signs of aggression or fear, right? Okay. Through no test can it show signs of aggression or fear. It has to remain balanced and focused. And that'll get you halfway through the test, all right? So to me, that's the harder part is the engagement because my dogs are naturally like prey driven. But moving on to the next portions of the test are sit, down, stay, and a recall. And this is like, honestly, if you made it through the distraction portion, this portion should be relatively easy because they remove the other distractions. And so typically what I'll do is I'll give a sit into a down, and that's it. You check both boxes. The dog sits on command, the dog down's on command. And during this entire time, you can encourage the dog. You don't have to do like French ring where you just give a command and like stand at attention. Like, you can just give the dog its command and down it. Right. And so that's me stretching the dog out.
Yeah.
But so yeah. So
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. I'm just trying to give them a little visual of what you be doing.
Okay, yeah. And so this is after workout. But so you give them a sit, give them down. You check two boxes. You're at steps. Step 6 and 7 are completed now. Mm-hmm. So now you got to give them a stay. They can stay in any position: a stand, a down, or just a stand, a down, or a sit. And they're gonna attach your dog to a 20-foot tie-out lead. Right.
Okay.
You have to walk to the end of the lead, turn around, and come back to your dog, and that completes the stay. There's no set pace. You don't have to like take your time. You simply want to get to the end of the lead and come back and reclaim your dog, proving that your dog understands when I say stay, you don't move from that spot.
Right.
And then next, what you would do is you would prove a recall. And for the recall, you don't even have to give a stay command. A lot of trainers are going to think you do. And this is for the guys who are interested in getting the Canine Good Citizen. Once you prove that your dog will stay, for the stay command, the evaluator can actually hold your dog. And as long as your dog recalls to you, it's still a pass.
Okay.
All right. Because the goal for each step is not to see if they can tie it all together. The goal is to see it, given a situation, can your dog perform the tasks that you're being asked to perform?
Okay.
So you got your stay, you got your recall. And now you're on the last step, which is step number 10. And that's, can your dog sit politely for 3 minutes with a friendly stranger? And the AKC just in the last 3 years fixed this. It used to be where the stranger could not engage the dog. And the AKC got smart. They were like, what person would you leave your dog with that wouldn't engage your dog? That was kind of stupid, right? So they fixed it. And what they did was, as long as your dog will sit there and let them pet it and play with it for 3 minutes while you walk away to handle an errand and you come back, you complete the test. All right? Mm-hmm. Aside from aggression and showing extreme shyness, as long as they pass those tests, they will pass. However, there's one thing that you really got to learn, and I think this is just for anybody showing dogs or anything. Your dog cannot eliminate, which means it cannot peer poop in the evaluation area. All right?
Oh, okay.
Cannot eliminate in the evaluation area. You want to treat it just like a house, okay? Right. So, yeah. And those are the 10 tests. You get done, an AKC certified trainer must perform the test, and they don't have to necessarily be at an AKC show. Typically, they offer a Canine Good Citizen at AKC shows, but you can look up on the AKC's registry for trainers in your area that are certified and go and complete the AKC Canine Good Citizen. You fill out your documentation just like you would for a litter. You send it off to the AKC, and you get back your nice little embossed title. Your dog's name, CGC.
Right.
Yeah.
But so you did all your own training, right? You didn't.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So what level trainer do you personally think you're at?
I would say pet. Pet home training is what I do.
Okay.
I would like to go beyond that, and am I able to go beyond that? Yes. I don't feel confident in my skills enough to be selling my skills for above pet home training though. Yeah.
Right.
That's where the certifications come in, that I want to have the accolades to say like, hey, like, before
Right.
I start charging you these Michael Ellis prices, I want to
Yeah.
have some accolades stacked up to do this. So right now you get on the bottom floor, early investors, holler at your boy.
Right.
But like Joe was saying, man, y'all can check out my work and see it for yourself, the kind of work that we do.
Yeah.
And I go
'Cause
live and
I
show my work.
actually saw you doing the test with your coworkers, right? Was that part of the test when you were shaking their hand?
Walking through the crowd. Yeah, walking through the crowd. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I be looking, bro.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the dog has what's up?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so the dog, I didn't cover that portion. So the dog has to walk clearly on a leash through a crowd without overly engaging the crowd as well. But yeah, that's all in the distraction portion of the test.
Right. Yeah, I mean, too, it's a lot of high level trainers on there, but I wouldn't know. You had to tell me the bulk of your clients is just gonna be pet homes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know we talk about a lot of protection dog training and stuff, but most of your people is gonna be pet home people, that's gonna be getting trained. We talk about raw, but look, most people feed kibble.
Yeah.
Everything's about practicality, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So let me ask you this. Let me be careful how I ask you. Who have been some of your top inspirations for this dog trainers to you?
So obviously, like, I ain't gonna lie, Joe, pretty much everybody you have on your channel, man. Like
I ain't gonna let you rank them.
Yeah, yeah, please. Yeah, like, oh man. Yeah. So I would say the basis of my training is an amalgamation of Michael Ellis and the brother out of Jacksonville, Florida, Queen Quattro. Let me not mess up this. Vanguard. Michael Ellis and Vanguard are pretty much my
Oh, you know
go-to.
Ulysses, yeah. I was talking. I was chopping it up with him the other day. That's my dog.
Yeah. Those two guys, like, hands down, are like what they say they can do. They show you they can do, and that's what I want my work to be as well. Let the work I've done speak for me, and both of them, their work speaks for them. It transcends them.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me get some of these in, bro, if you don't mind.
Oh,
I know
please.
you don't mind. You work the chat too. The Therapy Dog International Test requires a dog to pass the CGC first. And he says the evaluator can make or break the test if they are not well versed in how to conduct the test.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And that's why reviews matter. That's why reviews matter. Also, let me give a shout out. Let me give a plug out to my brother, Student for Life. Student for Life is a certified trainer, and he's actually competed at a lot of AKC shows. Front Door Dog Training is his company. Check him out. Yeah.
What was the name of this company again?
Front Door Dog Trainer.
Front Door. What's Student for Life at?
Student for Life. I want to say he in VA, but don't get me wrong. But I want to say he's in VA, man.
There's some more y'all VA, that VA area. Boy, they deep, boy, up in this joint. I've been telling you boys have been contacting me about getting on the show. It's some sharks in the waters on these channels, boy.
That's who I want to see, Joe. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I have a problem with a dog, Student for Life is who I call, bro.
Oh, really?
I reached out to him about one of my a dog I bred yesterday. The people that got him from me, they're trying to make him just a pet. And my dogs are bred, they bred for go. And there's I posted a short, they're Walter. And Walter is just fixated on the other dog like he about to eat him, because that bulldog is in him.
Yeah.
But we train that dog passed the CGC, but his genetics are not going to stop him from being aggressive, and they believe in more the Zach George style of training. So it worked when he was a puppy, but he's 3.5 years old now. That dog is ready to eat something.
Right.
Yeah.
Look what Caveman said. He said, if my dog bites a stranger and eats the other dog, he passes.
And that's fair. That's fair. If that's what you want, that's fair.
Yeah. Hey, so one thing I didn't ask you is, did you face any type of challenges getting the dog to the through the certification?
Yeah, man. I would say the hardest thing is for the scenarios where you need another dog. For the scenarios where you need another dog there, it's hard to find people it's hard to find other people to train. So even if you get another dog to show up for the distraction, if that dog is not under control and that dog is lunging at your dog, my dogs are trained, and if something comes at you, it's okay to go at it. So it's really difficult finding people to work the different scenarios to get your dog prepared for each scenario you're going to be involved with. And that's why I went through Petco. With Petco, they set you up in a class with 6 other individuals, and how it works is you just go to the course. So over the course of 6 weeks, your dog is seeing these same 6 other dogs the whole time to give you the best chances of passing, right? Yeah. But anybody who's training, they're going to go to wherever they frequent to train to get the evaluation done.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. What else would I have here? Let me go through these. Boy, you get a lot of comments. Caveman says, sad to see the defensive drive or prey drive bred out of a good working breed. What's your thoughts on that?
So I agree to an extent, but I also would say this: when people make these assumptions, you have to look at the whole body of work. Like Saturday, I just went through and showed my dogs doing everything from killing other animals to sitting down when I tell them to sit down. And I'll give you an example. You put a dog on a chain, right? That same dog might be a little more aggressive on the chain than off the chain because it gives resistance, reflex resistance, right? So a lot of trainers put a dog on the back tie to build drive. But making a dog sit when he wants to go get something builds resistance, and it builds even more drive, because when you finally let that dog go, he's gone. He's gone, because it's the same as that chain. It's an invisible chain there actually building drive. So for those people that train, they understand this. Like my dog, if he takes off after a squirrel, I'll call him back, right? Mm-hmm. He comes back and his jaws will literally be like chopping. Like you can see his jaws. Yeah. Right. And then when I finally let him go, boom, like it's even more drive. So if you don't understand drive, then you just need to let the dog be a dog, right? But
you probably got some people who just coming in, and I know dog trainers don't like to give up all their tips and things like that. But to stop that dog on a dime, how important is recall, and how do you get to the level of recall when you can stop them like that? And how do you train for that?
So honestly, I would say recall is the most important command you're ever gonna teach your dog. Like I don't care about all the other stuff. The other stuff is for titles, but the recall is just, even in the woods, when it's time to go home, I don't care if you took a deer 700 yards away from you. That recall matters, right? For working any dog. But getting in there, I do what's called restrained recalls, right? I take a toy or some food, and I have my wife and my kids hold the puppy as puppies. And, I say, puppy, 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 come. And as soon as I say the word come, my family lets the dog go, and it shoots across the yard to me. And when it gets there, I got bacon and all kind of goodies, right? And so I just do that nonstop, like every day, every day. And then you start commingling, not having treats at all and making the recall, and having treats and making the recall. And eventually the dog comes to you from the anticipation that most of the time he got something, so I'm going to come. And they come with vigor, they come with speed, they come with drive, they run into you because they just nothing's going to hold them back from getting to their owner. That's the restrained recall is my number one tool for building a strong recall. Once I know they'll recall, then I'll bring in corrections. I'll put a 20-foot or 30-foot tie out on them with a prong collar. I'll let them run around or whatever. I'll say, come. If they don't come, I'll give them a little tug, reel them in. And eventually they learn, okay, even if there's not a treat, I have to come. It's called an aversive. And then finally, to fully bring it in, I'll bring the e-collar in when the dog's 1.5 years, 2 years old. And I'll go to an area like a dog park that has hella distractions and recall. And, I might give them a little beat buzz shock. But just keep doing that. Just keep practicing until they realize no matter what the distraction is, I have to come back. And typically, as soon as they come back, I release them again to go right back to doing what they were doing.
Right.
It's just you need to check in with me if I need to collar you or release you, so I can do that, and then you can go right back to doing whatever it is you was doing. Go be a dog. But when I say come means come.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So like in our world, for most people, we don't take our dogs to dog parks. What is your thoughts on what are your thoughts on that? Our explanation is more because of size. If anything happened, they're gonna blame the person with the bigger dog, the biggest
Yeah.
mastiff dog. What are your thoughts about dog parks?
So typically I train outside of the actual fence where the dogs are at.
Okay.
I'm there so the dog's in the background as a distraction to my dog, and I'm just training
Mhm.
outside the dog park fence. When I want to let my dog run freely, I go to my local baseball field that nobody uses and let my dog, I go live and I show my training sessions out there
Yeah.
at an open area. I don't need my dogs to be social. My breed wasn't bred to be social with other dogs.
Right. He said you being modest about your training level. He said be your basic obedience, Dre being modest. Yeah.
So I post a lot of Bruce Lee. I follow like my code is Bushido code, and I like a lot of Bruce Lee. I like a lot of martial arts codes, right? And so
Right.
Bruce Lee says, if I tell you I'm good, I'm bragging. If I tell you I'm no good, I'm lying. So I don't say much at all.
Right.
And that's how I feel about that, man.
Yeah. What's up, brother Lee Robinson?
Hey man, Lee
here.
Robinson in the building, man. Salute to Mr. Lee.
What's going on, Lee? Hey, we got to run it back this year, Lee. We got to run it back. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. You don't see a lot of. Well, look who just popped up.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of this type training in the APBT community?
No, it gets a lot.
Okay.
It gets a lot, and that's why I've decided to like just set myself apart, man. Like my breed is my own,
Right.
I'm not looking to cross too many people stuff in my stuff. The people that want to be a part of it, they'll come to me.
Right.
If you build it, they'll come, and people have reached out, whether it be privately or publicly. I know my people. I built the community you build is the one you see. And so a lot of guys don't believe in any kind of training, any kind of protection work. They don't believe in doing anything, other than what they want to do and what they think is right. And I can't knock a man for doing what they think is right, but I like what I'm doing better than what you're not doing. And that would be my answer to a person that thinks that I'm doing something wrong.
You do any competing like for is like I know y'all got wall climbing different what kind of competition sports is it for APBT?
Okay, so I've seen wall climb, lure courses, weight pulls, slat mill races.
Yeah.
Even a new thing now I've seen was where they get the bike and they have a course where it actually pulls the owner through with a bicycle. I haven't seen footage of that. But these are the things that like I've seen out of them. I cycle with my dogs that never competed. The only physical competition I've done is wall climb and slat mill with my dog specifically, right?
Right.
Because that's the things I have at home that I can do at home and work on prior to going to the show. What's up?
I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish. And I got it. Go ahead and finish.
So with the weight pull, I have a weight pull harness, but I use it for conditioning to get my dog in shape for a confirmation show. It's not typically I don't go out and try to pull like the wagons with the center box and stuff yet, but it's coming. That's coming.
Right. How is the nose on the pit bull? When you is there a lot of tracking with it? Did I hear you say that?
So if I were to break it down into tracking and trailing, I would say the pit bull is a fine tracking animal. And when I speak about tracking and trailing, I'm using my understanding, right? So when I say a dog is tracking, it is literally sniffing for tracks, scent trails on the ground, like what an animal or object left behind that were dragged along a surface, disturbed grass, disturbed cement, disturbed dirt, whatever, and the dog puts his nose to that and follows it to whatever he's looking for, right? So pit bulls, they score just fine. There's police forces that use them in New York, and I want to say it was one in Cali that actually got used as a scent work dog for the police force, right? So they've proven themselves that they can do the work. As far they're not messing with a bloodhound or something like that, but they're on par with any other dog, any other sporting dog that just goes out and does sport tracking.
Okay, so trainability is up there. What would you give them if it was an A through a D on trainability?
So from my experience, different lines have different qualities. Like the Soros lines, The Tom Garner stuff, just personally, like the dogs that I have personally owned, those dogs did better with training than my Red Boy Jocko dogs. But as far as like catching a hog, I think the Red Boy Jocko dogs do just as far as like just the work, like the raw talent of being a bulldog. Like I don't think there's a line you can go wrong with. But for the things that I like to do to require a little bit more restraint, these are the lines that I've seen do better at it. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't speak as a breed, as an umbrella of the breed, because I'm only limited to the bloodlines I've been exposed to, and out of those bloodlines, I have specific the dogs that I favor.
Right. Okay. Hard and Finished Kennels, they've been calling for you to come on. I got to get in touch with you.
Yeah, man. That's my brother. That's my brother right there, man. Hey, salute. Hard
right. Here go one. Student for Life dog training. A tip for larger dog owners attempting the CGC: try to test as close to a year old as possible, as some of our mastiff type breeds develop a more civil attitude as they mature.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's facts. That's facts. Right. You want to get it as fast as possible, man. Like before the dog develops that confidence, because working breeds, man, like it don't matter how much training you put into it, they're still a working breed. And you don't know, that person walking up that other dog or just that stranger walking up can set them off, It's not about having a perfect dog. It's about being able to operate however you operate. If you're a person that is a recluse, this would do nothing for you. But I do go to a lot of public places and things, so it benefits me a lot,
Right.
I travel a lot.
Yeah. Student for Life dog training, frontdoordogservice.com. Is that your company?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure send me that check. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I am doing promotion now, y'all guys. So like if y'all got a hat or something, and I mean, I know we can't, it's hard, I'm limited. Dre, how many shows you do a month, you think?
I've been chilling with the lives, man. But on a good month, it's at least a live a week, and probably two to three shorts a week, and maybe 1 to 2 pre-recorded shows a week. So I'm like 15, 20 shows in a month, man. It's a lot. It gets.
Are you doing 15, 20 shows a month?
Yeah, on a good month, man. I took October off. Yeah. And whenever you see drama in the pit bull world, I go black. I'm like, nope. Nobody's gonna misconstrue nothing I said as a shot at them. Y'all go ahead and kill each other. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? Y'all been having drama, but still, look. Overall, on it, YouTube, on the internet, y'all still the strongest community because y'all talk about the dogs. Y'all have y'all riffs and things, but if you want to learn dogs, it ain't no better community. So you just so I be seeing it and I say, well, they'll get through it, boo, boo, boo. But it ain't no better community. That's why this year, the first part of the year, that's why I'm gonna try to go ahead and get all the pit bull people that they asking for and go ahead and get y'all off in the front end, because y'all probably are the most important community on YouTube, online. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody talk about dogs like y'all do. Nobody. It ain't no comparison. Whatever beefs y'all got going on, it don't matter. It's still no other dog community can compete. They can't. Nobody. That's straight. I mean, that's straight up. Ain't nobody putting out the information like y'all, and even the hit from the history to the husbandry, and you doing the training and feeding and all, man. Come on, y'all cannot.
Shout out to the pit bull community, man.
No,
shout out to them, man.
I don't care what kind of beef going on. They cannot be. Can't nobody touch it. I don't care how big your channel is. As a community, they top everybody. They the top of the clock. You know what I'm saying? So, what is this? Walter is a perfect specimen for the APBT. Who is Walter?
Walter is my little mate brother to my demo dog Saki, and like very well trained dog, but he's 3 years old, and my dogs. A lot of people like the comment that was made earlier. A lot of people think that what I do takes away the drive of the dog, And I showed that short of Walter literally having the other dog cowering in a kennel. You know, Walter was ready to eat him, and it's not we don't train our dogs to be animal aggressive, man. But my dogs have real pit bull genetics. You know, like real pit bull genetics. They're really good dogs. You know, and that's not to put me saying it about my dog. Somebody gonna say my dogs are better. I don't care. You know, like I went out and sought out the lines that could do the work I wanted to do, and my dogs are really good dogs. And Walter's a great example of that because that same dog that has that dog cowering in that cage, I had video of him when he was 6 months old. I'm working with anybody who buys a dog from me. I freely work with them because I want my dogs to be seen in a good light. So that dog is actually better trained than my demo dog.
That's what's up.
But they're not as hardcore, so they don't do aversive, they don't do corrective actions. And now he's starting to smell himself. So he's like, yeah, I'm eating every other thing in this yard. But the family that bought him from me, they liked him so much they came and bought another pit bull. You know, they wanted nice. They were like, we never had a pit bull. Now that's all we want. You know, right. So I'm proud that he set that standard, and they're learning. They're going through the process. They're white collar. You know, the guy that bought him from me was actually a captain in the Air Force. So it was my dogs are getting out there to people that are going to be on the front lines of society. You know, it's not going to be just people that know how to deal with rough dogs. And in order to fully articulate my message of why my dogs why I have to breed in a certain direction, is because the people that criticize me don't buy dogs from me anyways. People that know more than you don't buy dogs from you.
Right.
You know, so it is what it is.
This is somebody who bought a dog from me. What's up, Nathan? I'm glad you whoop whoop. Thank you for the Central Asian Shepherd. God bless. No problem, man. Hey man, everybody who came to my house, I got so many people came from around the country to my house last week, picking up them Central Asian Shepherds, boy.
Yeah.
Woo, boy, I was like, wow, I know. Okay, but I was gonna tell you this. So I showed a Corso to a guy in South Arkansas. Shout out A1 Concrete.
Shout out.
That dog is about to get trained by somebody. You know who he's gonna get trained by?
Who's that?
When he get old enough? Garrett Wing. You know who Garrett Wing is? The Corso guy, dog trainer on YouTube.
I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Go look him up. Go look him up. Big trainer. That dog's going there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And that makes you happy that your dog will get that exposure, man. You know.
Yeah, get that exposure. Yeah. Especially if he give me a shout out for breeding that dog, because it's gonna do what it needs to do. Salute, Joe. Hey, what's up, working man's master?
Salute, brother. Salute.
Yeah, Joe. Anybody tried to pay for an interview? My last guest said people with kennels been doing it. I'm trying to see where these folks at. Yeah,
I saw that interview. Yeah, and I've seen people do that too for clout, man. It's like buying views, and people do that. Yeah.
I've got some offers to do that, but I kind of like the way I'm doing now, free and putting the info out there. I'm trying to get some money other ways, like if you want to run a promotion with me. But a lot of times, dude ain't ready, and then like if I put them on here, I'm not a big channel, but just in the dog community, like I was talking earlier, like we all watch each other and things like that. I'm probably respected a little bit more in the dog community. I'm not big yet, but I can put them on and then it'll show that they really lacking, and it'll show that I ain't being genuine. You know what I'm saying? At some point. But one day if you gotta bribe me right, you need to be about that much. It need to be about my much, because two, when you do that, and then I'm telling you guys, I be telling guys, man, it's high level dudes down in the chats. It's on this show. Everybody, you don't believe who watching this show, and you come on here. I'm telling you, man, and you ain't ready and regurgitating some of the stuff you heard from the show, like some of y'all do when you call me. And I'm asking you questions, and you say word for word what I heard my own damn ears somewhere else. Man, they gonna see it and they gonna end you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. They gonna tell you that. So, And then, so I don't want that, and I want a real authentic. But yeah, send me a donation. If you ain't no nation like a donation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I'm careful with I make money and everything and things like that, but we ain't at that point where, people enjoying it how it is. If I start getting corrupted, then man, send me a hat, you know what I'm saying? Pay me that way. I wear it, you know what I'm saying? But if your knowledge base ain't good, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work for me. And then I be up here faking. I like being genuine. You know what I'm saying? You don't pay me for an interview, you sloth. You know you're not ready, and everybody gonna see it. I look stupid. You look green and things like that, and I just don't want that because people tune into this channel for value. Damn, I spilled on about that for a minute, but
Nah, you supposed to. You supposed to. Because
yeah,
man, Joe, like being real, you say you small, man, but I'm gonna tell you right now, from a trainer perspective, man, there's not a trainer I watch on YouTube that ain't been on this channel. You know what I'm saying? From a trainer perspective,
yeah.
Um,
It's kind of like this is an all breed podcast. It's kind of like almost like the hub where we all go hang out at Joe house.
yeah.
So
Yeah, because some of us hate each other, man. I'm gonna be real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
really,
Like,
yeah,
there's some of them, man, that, wouldn't piss on fire to put them out, but they don't bring that to your house, man. That's a level of respect, And
yeah. I mean, sometimes in interviews I can tell when somebody shot a jab at somebody, but I don't compound on it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because you're gonna take some hits. Even me, I've had guests like say, "Man, I know you talking to me." You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? But that's what
yeah,
it's about. It's about uh, fine tuning each other. I mean, it's you gonna get if you online, you're gonna take some hits. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
It just when it get this is what I don't like when it get disrespectful for it's like when it get personal. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about dogs, y'all. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
Joe. And while we on that subject, man, not to get too far away from the dogs, my thing is, even if it's personal, make sure it's true. I don't
Oh yeah,
if you're
yeah.
gonna tell a lie, if you're gonna tell a story about me, tell the ugly truth. Don't tell an ugly lie.
Oh
You know,
yeah, I had a girl. Since we touch on tough topics like and breeding like competitions and things like that with chickens, or somebody was on there calling me Chicken George. Yeah, I know you're a cockfighter. What you must call me a church's chicken. Yeah, you got me. You found me at church chicken fighting them chickens up there. That was me. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, hey, so they'll make up they'll lie, bro,
yeah,
but all that you could do is thank them for that attention so they can go over there and watch actually what you're talking about. It ain't a bunch of foolery going over here, but we do talk about tough topics. I
yeah,
mean, why not? You know what I mean? You know. So and then all kind of people. I enjoy it. Look at you, military man, North Carolina. Boy, we have all kind of perspectives because even with the dogs, it does have to go back to the man uh, behind the dogs is what really matters as well too. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna start moving a little bit.
Okay.
Student for life dog training. That defensive drive sometimes doesn't come out fully until the larger breeds are two or more because they're mature slower. Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Corso definitely mature slower. That's the advantage to tempting the CGC right at a year. I got you. Yeah.
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 And this I'm telling you, bro. Like, you got to get him on here, Joe, because like when I tell you there's not a lot of trainers that I can go to that I can stomach having a conversation with. Like that, talking to another trainer, man, there's one thing two trainers can agree upon, and that's what the third trainer's doing wrong every time, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's this the guy that like, even if we differ in our training methods, we respect the differences because at the end of the day we're looking for results. What yields the best result? What's the best common practice?
Right.
Yeah.
Um, CDC, what would you say is the best thing for a young person to do that wants to become a dog trainer? I'm in South Michigan, but can't find anybody that does protection training.
You want to take that one first, Joe, or you want me to go ahead and cook on that one?
Okay, yeah. Let me. So I kind of face the same thing, and I actually talked to some guys, the guys see me on the podcast, they trying to work out something where they can drive to me. Because I believe you should at least have a couple demo dogs, even if you can't get them to protection. The protection level, just some high obedience. I would think you want to do, but man, so if you stay in one of them areas where it's lacking, that's the tough part. You might have to drive. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts, Dre?
So, brother student for life, and I set something up, and I got to carry through with it. But so I'm having some issues with one of my dogs that is not as, she doesn't perform like my demo dog, right? Like, just being real, like my demo dog and her split mate sister, they're fire. Like they what we want. That's what we're going to use to push the line forward. But it could be my lacking. But what we're doing right now, Joe, this is how I'm going to start training with the trainers I like. I will set up my iPad in the yard, and believe it or not, even when I consult people, my first training session is 30 minutes, and we don't even train at all with a dog. I simply give them the ideology behind how I train. It's a free session, and I evaluate them interacting with the dog. Like, we don't give any commands in the first session. That could all be done just like we're doing right now. You know.
That's true. That's true, because like the correction mostly comes from the teacher correcting you on what to do with the dog. You know what I'm saying? So if he can see a video of what you're doing, yeah. I mean, that's the new way. That's the only way. That's one thing we gotta accept too, that you know, it probably is better live dog training, but a lot of people learn from videos, and it's just the new way, you know what I'm saying? To maybe you can get started doing it.
Well, that, and when I have in-person consultations with people, they'll call me back because I overloaded them with information, and I'm repeating this stuff 20 times, where if they just record it or watch a video of it, you know. And so anyways, I'll give you this. It's my typical thing is 6 weeks, you know what I'm saying, $50 a session over the course of 6 weeks, right? I'm not killing anybody. And if other trainers, if you charge more, I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out, a realistic thing. First session is free, 6 weeks of training sessions, and I give homework assignments each week. If typically I teach the dog's name and a recall in the first session. We will sit down. I literally will spend 5 minutes showing you the motions you're going to practice, watch you do a couple of the recalls for yourself, learning the exercises, and then if some people's dogs get it in the first 2 days, they're like, man, I'm ready for more. You know, okay, well, give me another 25 hours, we'll do another session, we'll speed up the process. You know what I'm saying? We'll speed up the process. But each week, they'll come up, they'll show me what we worked on last week, and then we'll introduce a new behavior. Because my goal is repetition, time and repetition. So week 1, we teach the recall in the dog's name. When I come back, I expect to see significant difference. I can tell how much work you put into that dog based upon the dog's aptitude and the change that went from last week to this week. Okay. So then we add sit into the equation, because I don't want you doing any more recalls this week. I want you to fully focus on sit. I need at least 100 sits this week. You know, and if you do 100 sits, rewarding at the proper time, next Saturday when you come with this dog, you know, and you say ready, and his ears perk up, because we teach ready. His ears perk up, and you say sit, and he sits. You know, in that environment where we train at, typically a park, you know, open area. But all of this stuff can be done on a computer. You know, I can call you. I can say, hey, like, you're rewarding at the wrong time. You know, your not the food treat that can be delivered at any time, but your verbal marker. You know, once his butt touched the ground, it should be immediately good. Yes, you know, something to market. You know, and teaching the person to understand marker training, because most people don't realize it, but once you understand marker training, you start developing your own way of doing things. It's like somebody teaching you how to fry chicken. Like, you know, my mama fried chicken a certain way. She taught me that, but I like my chicken with more pepper than my mama's chicken. You know what I'm saying? Can't mess with my mama's chicken, but if I'm eating it at home, I want more pepper and I use hot sauce. But that's my own mix. But I had to get the baseline first from my mom. And it's the same thing with training. Once you get the baseline, you get your basic ingredients that you need, your corrective tools, your food, your cues, what your markers, your movements you use to get the dog into position. Then you start mixing and matching, like, yeah, now I'm cooking. And now you start going to other trainers, like, you know, all that stuff he's telling you, man, you know, you start feeling yourself and you go through that phase. It's a whole thing. But just to answer the brother's question, everything you need to do can be done remotely with the technology you have right now.
All right. So I'm trying to wrap it up. I just got so much to talk to you about. Plus the call is making it. Yeah. John Mims, Top Dog K9. You ever seen him on my show?
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
Okay. So he preaches about skipping steps. And since he's been training dogs, I don't know for how long, but he's been training dogs for a long time. And he says that a lot of people in this generation of younger people, it takes him longer to complete a dog because he's finishing them out the right way. And you got newer trainers that probably can finish a dog in half the time, but they having to use a lot of tools and things like that, like e-collars and which like that. So his thing is, John, I hope I'm not misrepresenting you, but his thing is a solid foundation where he says where we don't skip steps, and he believes that it's going to be the way he trains is going to be more solid because the tools ain't gonna matter. Like P. Dunn says, once the tools gone, can you still train a dog? Flat collar. What are your thoughts on that?
I think he's 100% accurate, man. The only thing I would say that I didn't really hear Mr. Mim get his sentiments to, but I think he just gets it. Like sometimes you're so elite that you can't break down the little nuts and bolts of what you're doing because you just try to put a car together or rebuild a motor. I think that part of training that people overlook is the bond. That's why, like, when people tell me, can I send a dog to you to train? I'm like, hell no. Like in the video that I showed with getting ready for the CGC thing, right? One of my coworkers tried to give my dog a command to lay down, and the dog wouldn't lay down because the dog knows my voice, And so what Mr. Mims, what he's saying is when you take that time to develop not only the training and the foundation, but it matters who's giving the command. All of that just goes. I agree. Right. And I just think that the only thing I would add is making sure that you know how to properly build a working bond where your dog needs you and you need them, and they become like family.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Y'all, let's do about 10 more minutes, 10 or 15 more minutes. You got some questions for Dre. Let's get them in. Let me see what comments we got here. Samurai Doug is representing you in the chat.
Doug, my man, appreciate that.
King of dog talk, not me. hey, you know what makes my channel what it is? Y'all. Y'all what make it is. It ain't really me, it's really it's a community thing. I'm following your lead, Carl. Like and subscribe. Thank you. BD. I'm just a guy that likes dogs. I'm not a breeder, so I have to find good dogs. For me, I have a few good trainers. I lean on to correct my shortcomings, but I am no trainer. I feel you. Yeah. Those questions asked, like I asked, you can call up and ask a question. They might can just fix from over the phone a lot of times. Yeah. Ooh, look what he said. Y'all hear? I said, ooh. He said that live training session is a big fear for some trainers. Yeah. Because they fear failure. I don't think they understand that failure is a part of the training process. Yeah, you got to show the negatives and positive. What I don't like people showing negatives for entertainment purposes or just showing whatever, just showing like, look, watch this dog bite. You didn't show the dog almost bit your ass. I mean, or you didn't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But a keen eye will see it. Like I saw a video the other day, and sometimes people send me shit and be like, I look at it, I'm like, and once they break it down, I'm like, damn, show this. It's certain things that trainers see that you can't see. It's always good to have that. What are your thoughts on that? I'm sure you can see videos and you see all kind of crazy mistakes and stuff, right?
So and also like the first thing is most trainers, like the big name trainers, they only show you the highlight reels, right? I got into a beef with a guy I don't even know because his decoy shared a video with me and his dog got ran off the field. This $20,000 Malinois, right? Yeah. And I shared it on my channel. Right. I didn't know who the guy was. To me, it was just a video clip, but they did not want that video out to the public because.
So wait a minute, you showed the video on your channel?
Yep, showed the video on my channel.
So what you do, like a review on it?
It was just background video. it was just background video for a video I was showing, and I didn't realize that, that got leaked, and they never wanted the public to know that dog got ran off the field. So like, once again, like my brother was saying, the fear of failure. But what I do like is, and this is why I train live. Like I'll go to my park and I will do a training session and be having a conversation like we having right now. To me, that's my flex. That's my flex. It's not a to put anybody else down, but a lot of the guys that I follow won't even do that because they're afraid of what it would do to their image. So I'm like, yeah, man. Like a brother, like one of the brothers in your chat, he's in the chat now. He's a good friend of mine. He said, when your dog go over that fence, and I was like, well, I didn't come out here to go over a fence, but yeah, he'll go over the fence. And he was tired. We've been working all day. He cleared the fence, went out the fence. He cleared the fence, comes back over the fence. That makes me proud, because all this talk I be doing on the internet, most of the people that I have issues with won't show you that. The people that are putting in the work, they don't care what Dre is doing because they working too. They too busy to be looking over their shoulder what Dre doing. Right. And so as far as like the highlight reels and stuff like that, man, training live, I think one, it gives people realistic expectations because I can take my dog out here to a 10-minute session and make him look like he's perfect. And then in the 11th minute when he's not on camera, he can do something stupid. I'm like, thank God they didn't see that, and that's real life, that's because training is not, your dog ain't gonna act like that all day long. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah. It's like content now is like dopamine hits for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
BD, you should, man. You might want to change the name to BD, brother.
Yeah.
BD, you should be surprised to find out you probably are a better trainer than you know. Yes, sir. John Mims is a legend. Wish I could train under that fella. K9 Mims is exactly right. My ultimate goal is to have a dog perform at its top level with no leash, collar, equipment. Yeah, when you strip, can you still train that dog? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Mims and Peter Mega are the truth. Yes, they are. Great show. There go Mims right there. What's up, Mims?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Mims? Salute, sir.
Yeah. Let me see. NWA has interviewed my top 5 trainers already. Man, we don't have some heavy duty trainers on here. It's more I can get, but boy, look at the. Yeah, I'm gonna not call BD by name. Yes, sir. Any more questions, comments? Dre, what is your future goals, expectations? What is 2025 looking like for you, bro?
So with 2025, man, it's honestly like because I'm trying to separate myself and go in my own direction. It's honestly just developing what is my own interpretation versus what I'm just listening to the crowd with. As far as the dogs, I think a balanced dog is perfect for me. I like when Mr. Mims is on here, man. I really want to just get on here and ask him questions, but I like when he was saying that his dogs do what he want them to do, and that's the goal, man. I really want to get to that level of self assurance where I'm like, I don't care what you think, like I'm doing what I want to do, and I think that just comes with time and expertise, man. So developing the old yellow dog into what I want it to be, and putting out a statement that is my mission statement and a vision statement this year that is clear and understood. So anybody who wants to get involved knows exactly what they're getting involved with. But as far as us, we just training, man. We just training and maintaining. Shouts out to South Bottom Dog Show. We'll be there February 15th.
There we go.
I have some footage on that, man.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Y'all, it don't look like y'all. Can we get K9 Mims back for a Q&A interview?
Yeah, we need.
Yeah, we can do that. I want to do something a little different. I want to maybe come back. It's another brother that's coming up, and kind of have a panel, and I want the panel to be with like younger breeders and older breeders, because I want to kind of like that divide sometimes we have. I want to just sit down and let's converse on things that are different, that you may can tell them, and things that we might be missing, things they can tell us. You know what I mean? or however it is. So I do want to do something like that, a panel with maybe like Mims, it's a maybe student for life.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe another trainer, P Dunn, if he has time with somebody, you know what I mean? Uh I wanna do that, and I think that'll help the community out a lot on holes or aspects that we might not be seeing out of each other and the reasons why uh we do them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh Shout out to the South Bottom. Yes, sir. Great concept. Student for life. If you down, we can make it go down. Brother Lee, Lee asked you something. Where are you located, brother?
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah, Arizona.
Arizona. Okay. Yeah. Okay. NWA, great idea. Let's bridge the gap.
Facts.
Where is that show? South Bottom. Is that here in Louisiana?
Yep, New Iberia, Louisiana. February
Y'all
15th.
might well invite John out there.
Come on out, man. Come on
We
out.
bringing them to Arkansas. Me and Jihad bringing them to Arkansas sometime. So
Okay. Yeah, man.
So, yeah. We finna bridge this shit, brother.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to.
Okay. He says I'm down. So Dre will give you my number. Just text Dre. He'll give you my number and all that, and we can put this together. Hopefully we can squeeze it in a week. I would like to, but if not, it have to be the week after next.
When we move, when you say move, Joe. We ready, man.
Hey, I told you, y'all will make me. Y'all will make me. I just trying to put guys like y'all, there's really a lot of people don't understand. This is another thing too. Well, I've been preaching heavy tonight. This ain't just these dudes connected. Like people like offline, once it's come out, it's still going on. It ain't just show.
Yeah.
It's for real deal stuff. Like these dudes are connected with each other. People working together. It's work going on behind the scenes. You might not see it, but it is. There's a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than what you think.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah. Somebody says need Dre, Lee Robinson, Schoolboy on together. Oh
man, I'm not even about to embarrass myself trying to hold knowledge with them too.
No, hey.
Man, hey, I appreciate that, man, but I would be right in the crowd with y'all watching. Texting messages to ask questions.
Oh boy, that'll be a good one. Lee and Schoolboy. Lee and Alexander Gunter.
Man.
Boy, what if I put a show like that? Oh my God.
Yeah,
and
man.
Lee and Schoolboy.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, Joe?
Look, check this one out. Check this one out. Lee and Brad Sneed. You know who Brad Sneed is? The dogo breeder down here with me?
Yeah, Brad Sneed, I see.
Lord have mercy. Schoolboy, Brad Sneed. Man, hey. Boy, if I put some stuff out there, boy, that'd be crazy. Ain't that right, babe?
Look, Joe, I'm on 34, and I got 10 more years if I want to get in a panel with something like that, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey.
Vito Alou, we got to bring him back. Vito Alou, Caveman. Pair him up. Man, we go all kind of ways.
What's your boy from down there in Florida with the hog hunting thing, man? It was on here. They gave him a hard time about the AKC registered cane corsos.
You must be talking about
Sam.
Diamond Grit, Diamond Grit. Yeah, I ain't talked to him in a minute.
I like Sam's perspective because Sam pretty much going through the same thing I'm going through. I felt empathy on that show. You know, I felt genuine empathy on that show, man. You know, Sam took a dog that was supposed to be, you know, curb bred by the AKC and is stunting on people with it. And that's the goal, man. You know, I'm going to take whatever dog you put in my hands and make the best out of it I can, man. I really like seeing Sam on here, bro.
All right. Yeah, for sure. Hold on. We got Lee says, we need venues that display working dogs with plaids, fail events instead of scores, first, second, third. Place events to make things less political and more social.
Yes.
Boy, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest organizers on this show is Jihad Muhammad. Like we know it down here. He's one of the best. He can put on I don't care what it is. Thanks, Joe. That's right, Dre. Boom. Yep, what scored up. Okay, let me see here. Let me go through these comments, bro.
Yeah, I agree with K, man. He said, let it be pass fail, but have a score as to what degree they pass fail. I like that too. You know, let you know.
Yep. Brad Sneed is a beast. I'm telling you, y'all gonna see in a minute. In Caveman, Brad, Schoolboy, Dre, and Lee, please do it soon. Lee, what I tell you before? Not Lee, but Dre, what I tell you before the show about have you come over and help me with some stuff?
Yeah, man. Hey, you definitely did, man.
Yeah.
And my boy Hector too, man. I gotta get my boy Hector out there. Maybe not for the pit bull stuff, but for the training stuff too, man.
Hector, Hector out there giving them hell right now. Here, Hector.
Hey, and that's the thing, man. Like he and I both it's a mutual respect, man. Like to me, Hector does it like a martial art, and it's almost like karate versus kung fu. But I got nothing but respect for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those guys out there trying to take him down just because he's saying stuff I don't like.
Right. Yeah. You're right about that, man. Because like I take hits too.
Yeah.
You online, you're gonna take hits. You know what I'm saying? And instead of insinuating, and I was looking at one of his videos, and he was like, "Well, I ain't trying to be, ill intended, but we just had to talk about it." You know what I mean? Who's the German Shepherd guy from like England? Or that's Alexander Gunter.
Yeah.
He cold too now. He cold. Alexander cold too now. Everybody coming in here now, man. We're gonna get out of here.
Hey, let me shout out Walking Down Ram though. Hey, that's my guy right there, bro.
Yeah, Ram, I be seeing him. Yeah.
Ram bred the first IPO Schutzen Level 3 American Pit Bull Terrier in the US.
He did what?
He bred the first IPO Schutzen 3 Pit Bull in the US.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Walk him down.
And what's crazy is I was bragging about I ain't gonna say no names, but he's here, so I say his name. But the person that took credit for it, man, wrote a book on it. And I was talking about that book, and that's when he showed me the pedigree and stuff. So shouts out to Walking Down. Shouts out to Walking Down Ram.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right, Dre. Well, I think we're gonna call it a day. All right, CDC, just hit me up on the gram so we can get your show out there. I know how you close your show, bro, so have your way.
Okay, man. So I'm Christian based and I'm African Methodist Episcopal Zionist. I grew up, so I always do the Christian watch word before I get out of there. Those of y'all who are so inclined to pray with me, bow your heads. If not, please feel free to leave whenever you want to. No hard feelings. But if y'all will bow your head with me, I'm gonna get a Christian watch word. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent, one from another. Amen.
Amen. All right, guys. Dre, thank you once again. Peace. Pop-up shows all week. And I still got a few Central Asian Shepherd puppies and a few male Corsos. Get at me. NWA Connie Corsos, Puppy Inquiry. And we'll go from there. All right, y'all.